Hello my crafty friends, it's Sheree and welcome to my channel. I'm here to work on these books today. So thank you for being here and being with me and crafting with me today. So it was a subscriber requested, had a question about, she wanted me to show how I take books apart, and it didn't matter what kind of book, just in general, how do I take books apart? So I have two examples here, a little golden book and this little Disney book here, Sorcerer's Apprentice, little something different I thought, because I've done a lot of Disney princess journals recently in the last year. So yeah, the thing is you take them apart in different ways for different types of journals, right? So these two I'm going to take apart for where you know the type of journal where you make a new spine. So you take them apart and then you basically have to put them back together and you're going to make a new spine for them. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Let's start with this one. Now if you have a question about anything, let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to come back and try to do a video about and answer your question. And if there's another way, like when I take it apart, a journal, a little golden book apart where I'm going to save the little golden spine, that is a completely different way to take apart a book to keep that. So that would be a separate video, so let me know. But for this one, I mean, it's really easy. You're not destroying the book, you're making it into, you're really reconstructing it, because I'm really using all the parts and I'm not throwing anything away except for maybe this little spine. Okay, so start off with a pair of scissors and the book, and you see where it bends here. I just cut right there as maybe, you know, as close to this little part right here where it bends as possible, because from there to here is what I need to save. So the easiest way to do it is just start cutting right there. This is a nice little vintage Disney book. As you can see, and as you can maybe see, the cover isn't even shiny. Not that I mind the shiny ones. I will make a journal with those too. But this is one that's not even shiny, so I think it's really cool that when I find these. And so I will tell you the date in a second here, but after I get, say, this part off, I cut both the back and the front off. See, there's a little bit here that is still on there. So I'll take it, and I can see it better from this side. And I'll just go ahead and, again, cut that off right next to that heart, because that's just a soft, like, piece of paper there that was still on there. Maybe I can get this one from here. Right here. And it's going to be covered up, so it's not like it has to be perfect with the new spine, you know, however you put your new spine together, the different fabric and spine and reinforcement and all that. But that's pretty much ready to go. Like I said, there's a little piece of paper right there, but it's going to be covered up. You want it to be even though, because you're going to have a little space there. When you make your new spine, you have a little space there. So, you know, it looks good. You can see it looks straight. Okay, that's basically what you want. And then, you know, I always try to use, I try to use all of the pages. It depends on how many pages the book has. Whether you could use them all, like a little golden book, it's easy to go ahead and use all the pages in the journal that you're making. This one has quite a few that I might not be able to use all of these pages in the journal, but anyway, so the same thing with the back here. You can see there's a little bit of wear. Let me tell you what year this is real quick. I think I just looked and it was 1970 something, or was that the little golden book? 1973. 1973 on this one. I'm trying to turn it and get it. I'm right-handed, so I have to get it turned the right way here. Okay, so it's about right there. And again, just cutting that off. Now you could do this with scissors, or maybe if you like to do an X-Acto knife, maybe you want to do that. But see, I can get... Oh, sorry, my allergies. Oh, That sneeze came up on me quick there. Almost didn't have time to turn off the camera. So I hope that was okay for you. But then even that out to get the extra paper off of there. So what time is it? Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock already. Just a minute. Let me have to pause for a second. Okay, so that's that. And I'm going to show you how I get the pages out of here. Just 1 second. So here's the front and back cover. We'll be making a new spine. I have fabric coming over here. So that's what kind of journal I picture this being, since I took it apart this way. I could also make a wire bound, you know, with my O-rings. I could also do that with this type of journal book when I take it apart like this. So just 1 second. Okay, so let's look at this. Haven't done one of these in a little while. I think it's, let me see how it's bound in here. Is it stapled or what? I kind of going to just peel this off of here because I'm not going to, you know, take it apart however you want to as far as this part goes. I'm trying to see how it's bound. So I'm just going to take this off of here. This is all part of the spine. The main thing is not to mess up your pages, so whatever works best. There's some glue involved here, I can see. Yeah, this looks like it was just glued on. I was trying to see if there's any staples in here, because I do have my staple remover in here. I have pliers here in case I need them, my little jewelry pliers. But so far I don't see any staples here. Just, you kind of like got to figure out how it's put together, and then you kind of, you know, just go and gently, you know, 1 step at a time, take it apart. So let's see. Now there are signatures here. So let me see. Try to see if there's any strings in here, or is this basically all glued together, I think. Okay, so there's one signature. I didn't tear any pages. And here is another one. There's no strings so far either. So if you have a 1973 Disney book, this is what you're in for. Okay, there's another signature. It's kind of glued together. It's just all glued together. There's no strings, there's no staples. So to use these, I'm trying to see if I can get an individual page here, like, so I could see how I'm going to be able to use these in a journal. Like, here's another signature here. Here's part of the spine on here. It's just glue. It's actually just glue on there, a little paper. Okay. Let's see what we have left. I want to see if there's pages that, if, you know, like a double page spread that could be used as a page in a journal, like in a signature, or am I going to have to put these back together? Like take them apart and put them back together. It looks like these two pages right here are together, but these are also, let me see, this is also glued to it here. So yeah, so I'm going to pull this off. It's coming off straight. I'm pulling it off straight. Otherwise I would cut it. See, it just straight. I can cut that little piece off there. So that, and then, see, this is together here. This is one solid piece. It's not glued together. But this is glued on here. This page is glued on here. So I'm going to pull that one off. Okay, and I'll keep them in order, but this is a double page here, so that's what I was talking about. So, you know, and then you can use the pages. Like in this journal, like I said, there's probably too many for me to put into the journal. So like I could put some of them in the journal, the ones I really like or whatever. And then the ones that maybe say like I wouldn't put this one maybe in there. Maybe I would save this for a Halloween journal. This sorcerer here, wizard with the skull. So I could save that for a Halloween journal. It looks like it would look good in a Halloween journal. So say I wasn't going to use that, but say I want to use this one. This could even be, let's see what the inside of the book looks like. I do like the inside of the book. It has this nice, you know, Mickey with the water buckets inside, so I would keep that. So say if I want to use this page, and this was a single page, so if I want to put these together in some way, here's the inside where it was in the spine. So if I want to put these together, I would probably cut this little rough part off a little bit maybe. And then, I mean, the easiest way to put them back together is just to glue them back together. You can glue them, but just glue them back together like that. Or if you don't want to do that, say you want to cut off this little rough part, you could just put them together and put a little washi tape on here. I would use glue on the washi tape. Or you can use another piece of paper, you know, a strip of paper. I wouldn't use cardstock because that'll be too hard to fold. Take my word for it, and it would make the journal stiff. But if you use a papery paper, scrap of paper that's pretty or something, if you want it to be pretty here in the middle, you could use washi tape, glue it with some art glitter glue, something that's going to hold, or you know, glue a strip of papery scrap of paper here in the middle, and then you could fold it and have that. But you do have to be careful about your width, because now this part was in the spine, and now it is, see, it's that much shorter. See the difference between, say you want your pages, see where the paper goes here, and you have this little purple part of the cover. So I would want my pages to be even with that paper right there. So let me put it down so you can see. You got about a ½ inch extra here. So take that into consideration when you're cutting off this little rough part, and maybe, you know, depending if you're going to overlap and put the pages back together, then you'll take up that extra room. Or if you're going to cut it off, cut off that extra ½ inch or whatever it is, and then put it back together so your pages aren't too wide here. So that is basically how I took apart this book right here to make it into a journal, and just go from there. You know, you kind of just a lot of times figure it out along the way, depending on, because the books are, you know, sometimes there's strings. If it's a really old book, there's strings and staples and glue, and you know, they really made those really old books very sturdy to last through, like to go through the school system, and for kids to be really rough. I guess they thought the kids were going to be really rough at them, and they made them to last, let me tell you, because when you try to take them apart, it's really hard. So this is a little golden book, and I have more than one of these, and I would be glad to, if anybody is saying, oh, I wish you wouldn't take the golden spine off, I have another one of these, I'm sure. And I can make one where I keep the golden spine. So that's why I really don't hesitate to make different versions. You know, sometimes I save the spine, sometimes I don't save the spine and do a fabric new spine. You know, I think that's really pretty. Or if I want to do the coil, then I have to take the spine off. Or then the ones where I use the elastic, then I save the spine, right? So lots of different ways. So anyway, if you're saying, oh, I wish you would make me a journal with and save the spine, I can do that. Just let me know. I have another one, I'm sure. Whenever I see a Raggedy Ann book, I buy it. So I'm sure I have more than one. But this one I'm going to show because the subscriber that asked me about this did not particularly care. And I'm not saying she didn't care. She just didn't, you know, didn't specify me saving the spine, golden spine on a little golden book. That came off so perfectly. It's so straight. There it is, ready to go. Now the back cover. And see how these are the plain. I do like to, my latest thing is making that inside part pretty, even though it's the original. If it were the older ones where they have the yellow, or the ones where they have the pink in here, those I don't cover up because I love those and I think those are really pretty. But I just think this brown or tan or beige inside is really plain, so I like to put pretty paper in there. So that's my thing lately, just to make that pretty. Okay, so I'm trying to get my scissors in there and get it straight. Let's see how this back one comes off. That one I have a little extra paper there, so let's cut that. I think this one was 1970s too. So I'll tell you in a second. But it's pretty much ready to go right there. So I'm ready to make a new spine now. But let me show you how I get I'll go ahead and just get the pages out here on this video. You can see how it's about 6 inches wide once you take that spine off. Okay, so here is this part. So the little golden books are held together with a staple under here. And since I'm not saving this spine, I can just really, there's 2 staples, one here, and in the front is the flat part where you're going to take the staple out. As far as I can form it here. See, I'm forming it. I can feel it there, so I'm kind of pushing on it so I know exactly where the staple is. So I've been using this tool lately. Let me see if I can get under it with this, or do I need my other staple remover? This is where it works really good with these little golden book staples. So see, I can just get under there. Like I said, I'm not saving the spine on this one. See, I pulled it out. Here's my little pliers. Pull that out. Pull that staple out of there. This is to preserve this is preserving the pages now, so we don't mess up the pages. There is a way when I save the spine to get the pages out without messing up. So if you want me to show you that video where you keep the spine, let me know in the comments, and I will do another video where I save the spine. But this one is to show you when I don't need to save the spine. It's as easy as that. There's no glue in here. It's all just held together by staples, really. So now you've got all your pages. You can separate them. There's usually 2 signatures. I don't think I've ever done I may have some that have 1 signature, but I don't remember ever doing a journal or making a journal where taking apart a book that had 1 signature. But I'm sure we'll encounter that at some point. But anyway, they usually have 2 signatures, and what I like to do, I like to just put 1 signature. I'll make 2 signatures and put 1 signature in each journal. One of these signature in each signature in the new journal. So that's pretty easy peasy. And you can either keep it together, or like this, find the middle. Here's the middle. Keep it together and put papers on either side, or either or. But you do have to look at it again and reduce the width in some way. So here's the cover, and you want it a little bit inside your cover, so a little sliver there, and you got over 1/2 inch extra. So I usually look at it. This is the first signature. I'll look at it and look to see. Usually, I think I've only had it happen once, maybe twice, where the words come way out, but usually the words don't come all the way out. See how you've got an inch there, I would say. I would say that's an inch. So usually you can cut off about 1 inch over here, if you want to cut off, if you need to cut off that much, and you probably do to get it inside the cover a sliver, but usually you can cut off an inch over here. If like here, it's going to cut off a little bit of the picture, and you know here too, but it's not going to cut off any of the words. So if you can stand to cut off a little bit of the picture here, you can do that. Now if you don't want to cut off, say, you know, that's Andy and here's Raggedy Ann. So if you're like, oh man, and there's a bunny, you know, I'm going to have a problem with that. I can't cut those off. Then you can just do it over here, because again, there's a good inch right here, more than an inch, and you're not cutting off Raggedy Ann or anything. If you cut it right here and cut it right here, you're not cutting off anything really, and then put them back together. So you know, it's all what you can tolerate as far as cutting off words or cutting off at Raggedy Ann or whatever. I don't think I would want to cut off Raggedy Ann and that bunny, so I think, you know, I would take it maybe page by page. Like this one, I would want to keep Andy. There's Raggedy Ann. So being that this has such cute pictures, and you know, main character is right there on the edge, I think I'm going to have to do a little bit more work on this one and cut the middle and put it back together. But it will be worth it because, you know, it's Raggedy Ann. So anyway, that is it for this video. I hope I helped and answered the question. Let's see, look how much it sticks out. But anyway, let me know if there's any more questions or if I need to take it a step further. Hopefully I did answer your question, and if you need me to show you the one where I keep the spine, let me know. I'll be glad to. I don't think I've done that. I've never done it on video because I just do it before the video and I have it ready to go when I get to the videoing part, and I just start working on the, you know, if I need to put paper here or whatever, the spine, I start working on that stuff after I already have the spine saved and turned inward. So let me know if you want to see that, and I promise I will do a video on that, because it's not hard. I've just never done it on video. I know I haven't. So let me know, and thank you for requesting this. You know, I'm glad to answer questions out there, because it's sometimes hard to know what you're needing to know, and I try to show as much as I can. But, you know, like I said, it's sometimes hard to know what your questions are unless you ask them. So please ask, and I will see you in my next video. Guess what? Now I have to make journals out of these, and I have an envelope of Raggedy Ann stuff, and have I ever made a Mickey Mouse journal? Did I tell you the year on this one? This one is 1973 too. Yeah, these are both 1973. Isn't that a coincidence? But yeah, I don't think I've never made a Raggedy Ann or a Mickey Mouse journal, I don't believe. But I have stuff saved. I've been saving up stuff for Raggedy Ann, so I'll dig that out. And then, of course, I have a lot of Mickey Mouse stuff. And oh, I have a paper collection kit that I bought from Echo Park called something about magic, and it looks like a Disney. I don't know if it really is Disney, but it's like magic something or other, so it looks like Disney. So that would go great with this, as well as random eclectic papers. So these will come into play soon, and I'm so glad you asked now, because this gave me an excuse to veer off of my path of using my books and my book covers in my closet. You know, I'm always glad to take a little detour and do something different. So thanks for asking, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Have a great day.